Uh-oh, I'm busted. My husband very kindly suggested to me that it might be a good idea to go outside since I've been spending all this time inside crocheting, working on the Granny Rose 2 Sal, but I just can't stop. It's so fun. So I snuck over here. I'm outside, right? And I snuck over here and I started working on the inner petals. And those are the petals that I'm going to teach you this week. So I'm hoping you're as excited and as warm as I am.
Hello and welcome to week 2 of the Granny Rose 2 Stash Busting Cow. So last week we talked about pulling out our stash and organizing it a little bit and getting ready to start crocheting. So we will eventually, after 5 weeks, end up with one of these. And then the 6th week, I will show you a couple of different ways to square these off. The ones that we'll be working with are a little bit rounded on the corners, but we'll talk about that later. And it's a little rose granny square. So week 2, here we are crocheting this petal in the middle. And I've made a bunch of them here, waiting for this day, but I'll be making some more this week with you because I'm going to need a lot of these because I want to make a very large blanket, maybe a bedspread. So we'll see how much yarn I have and how long it takes me. So let's get started. So once we're done here, I'm going to end up with this little inner petal here, and it's going to have 4 3-chain loops on the back that will house or be the base of the next 4 petals next week. So we start with a magic ring. I'm using a DK weight yarn. It's 100% acrylic and looks like a 7 hook. I don't know how many millimeters because I've worn this one out. So we've got our magic ring or circle or loop held together with a tight stitch, chain 3. Now 11 double crochets into the magic ring. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's count to make sure that we crocheted 11 of those. We will count this first 3 chains as a double crochet. So really there's 12, but we crocheted an additional 11. So let's just make sure that we have a total of 12, including that first 3-chain loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Now I'm going to tighten the ring by pulling on the end, but not too tight because we're going to be crocheting into that ring on the next round. Now this is going to seem strange, but you're just going to slip stitch right into that ring to close this circle. It doesn't really close it, but it ends that round. We will, when we're done with this petal, we will be taking this end here and weaving it in to create that cup by sewing these stitches together. And I'll show you that in a minute. So then we chain 3, flip your petal over to the wrong side, and you're going to count 1, 2, 3 double crochets over, and then insert your hook into that space and come up through the top for a slip stitch. And that's created your first 3 chain loop. I'll do that 3 more times because we'll have 4 chain loops when we're done. So I'll try to do it real slow. 1, 2, 3 chains. 1, 2, 3 double crochets. So in between that third one you've counted and the one next to it, go into that space, down and under and up, and slip stitch. And now you've created your second 3 chain loop. One more. 1, 2, 3 chains. Count over 3 double crochets. I'll tell you, after you've done just a few of these, you can whip them out pretty fast. Slip stitched through that. Third chain loop, 3 chain loop, chain 3. And this is your last loop, your fourth one. And see where that first 3 chain loop started. There's a stitch right there that you'll just slip stitch through to attach that fourth 3 chain loop. It's going to look like this. And now you can tighten that magic ring by pulling on the end to close that hole in the middle. You'll still have a little bit of a hole. Fasten off, and I'll show you how I weave this in. Could probably use either end here. So I just kind of mold it into that cup shape and just kind of join these stitches together here to close that circle and make it kind of rounded, like a little cup. And then just weave in the rest like you normally would. I usually go 2 times and then turn it and come back again. And then you'll weave in your other end. Okay, so what we've got is this inner petal, which is this petal right here. You turn it over, you've got 4 3 chain loops. And next week, we will be crocheting petals into those 4 chain loops. Be these 4 petals here. So make a whole bunch of these and report in the comments section below how many you were able to make and how long it took you, and if you had fun making them. You know, they look so little, but this is going to be the beginning. And this is also, once you get how to work on the back of your crochet like this, all the rest will make sense. This is just a little bit tricky and maybe different than anything you're used to. But once you get this, it's going to be so much fun. And I will be making a bunch too this week, and I will see you a week from today. So I hope you have a fabulous time and, of course, lots of fun. Bye-bye.